New Zealand lay down their challenge. A lot of passion involved in the delivery of their haka. And Argentina, no, they had their opportunities against South Africa, were unable to close out that game. George Myers of Australia, the referee, assisted by South Africans Christopher Allison and Sean Miller on the touchlines. Quinton Immelman is the TMO, and joining me in commentary for this one, a man who played 17 test matches for the Springboks, one of them here in the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, where he scored 2 of his 6 test tries. A very good afternoon, Ulwazi Mvovo.
Good afternoon, Matt. A beautiful day in Gqeberha. It's good to be back in Gqeberha. It's a beautiful day. These teams have got lots of running rugby in them, and we can't wait to see it.
Number of changes made, as you'd expect, by all 4 coaches in this Under-20 Rugby Championship, looking to spread the load across their squads. 5 days in between the match days. And
it's important to give all the squad members an opportunity to be on the field and show the coaches what they can do when they get an opportunity.
So Will Cole is one of those changes. A new halfback pairing for New Zealand, Will Cole and Charlie Sinton, replacing Rico Simpson and Dylan Pledger respectively. And it is Will Cole who gets this match underway. New Zealand playing from right to left, deep on the kickoff, presenting a pretty simple exit kick but not finding touch. And Cole back in possession up to Argentina's 10-meter line. Sinton goes digging for the ball. And the first carry for Mosese Bason. And then away for Xavier Tracy. Bason lines up for another carry at first receiver, but then lets the ball out the back. Early knock-on from New Zealand. A couple of early nerves, perhaps. We have the first scrum.
Not a great start from Argentina. You got to make sure that you exit on those ones on your own 22. Good transition from New Zealand in terms of defense to attacking where the space is, understanding where the space is and moving ball to the space. Unfortunately, end up being a handling error.
So first scrum of the game. 2 prop forwards for Argentina, Gael Galvan and Juan Ignacio Rodriguez. Both started in the first game against South Africa. Just Nicolas Cambiaso replacing Tadeo Ledesma in the front row. Sika Pole on the loosehead side for New Zealand. He started against Australia, but Eli Odenrain gets his opportunity to start at hooker with Riley Tofilau at tight head.
First scrum, great opportunity for both forwards to test themselves. Front rankers, this is what they look for in a game.
Get set, please. Crouch! Bind! Set!
Huge effort from New Zealand's pack, and it is one against the head, cleared away from the base by Charlie Sinton and quickly moved into the hands of Kunawave. Got a couple of tries, Maloni Kunawave against Australia in game one. Another little handling error letting New Zealand down, but certainly no lack of intent early on.
You gotta admire the intensity that New Zealand are playing in. Again, transition from defense to attack, moving the ball to where the space is. But also, if you want to continue putting pressure on the opponent, you have to keep the ball in hand. Little mistake from there.
Stay square. Stay square. Yep. Mark, yep. Let's go.
So second scrum of the game. For a second time, Argentina to feed.
Crouch!
Did some powerful scrummaging
Bye!
against the South Africans in round one, Argentina. An early engagement from New Zealand, so quick tap, free kick taken by Argentina. Up to halfway.
Off your feet.
Good attempt over the ball by Caleb Woodley for New Zealand.
Turnover's good. Let it come. Let it come. No hands. Holding in front. 3,
Fancy
5.
control off the boot by Stanley Solomon. Makes his kick, gathered by Sebastian Dubuc. And then Martiano Arrieta. In over the ball is Eli
Let it
Odenrain.
come. Let it come. No hands. No hands.
And then hands in after the ruck was formed by New Zealand.
But you gotta support your body weight when you're over the rock, and you're cleaning over the rock. And New Zealand were guilty of not supporting the body weight on that rock.
So Ramon Fernandez Miranda replaced Rafael Benedict as the starting fly half for Argentina. And Maloni Kunawave very upset. He feels that he kept that ball in the field of play, but it was adjudged to have landed in touch, maybe a foot on the line from Kunawave as he tried to make the catch. So it will be an Argentina line-out inside New Zealand's 22-meter area. First throw at the line for Nicholas Cambiaso. And the lead from Thomas Duclos.
All right, out now, 1.
And Argentina getting some momentum from their maul. New Zealand piling in around the ball though, and it will be held up and a scrum awarded to New Zealand. Getting the better of the first scrum on an Argentina feed,
Guys, we'll bring the mark over
but
here
a few
to avoid that.
unforced errors from both sides.
Great defense from New Zealand to be able to have the focus and the understanding that they're under pressure, but they still have to keep to the rules of the game.
Well, again, apologies for the early loss of commentary, but you are with us for the Sanzar Under-20 Rugby Championship, round 2 of the second staging of this championship. The first played in the Gold Coast of Australia last year and won by New Zealand.
Set!
No stability there in the scrum. It'll be a free kick to New Zealand. The first round of fixtures played here at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, constructed ahead of the 2010 FIFA World Cup here in South Africa and host to a number of Springbok Test matches already. First round played on Thursday the 1st of May, and that saw a 29-all draw between New Zealand and Australia. Dramatic finish to that game. And then South Africa overcoming Argentina by 36 points to 25 after trailing at half-time in that game. So an excellent comeback in the second half from the junior Springboks. Argentina, who along with New Zealand made 9 changes in their starting lineup. Not surprising that the coaches are mixing things up in the first 2 rounds of the competition. A little inside ball from Fernandez Miranda for Sebastian Dubuc, who replaced Pascal Senelosa at fullback. Another little handling error. accuracy not quite there.
A bit of nerves on the start of the game, and that is normal. I think you just have to get back to basics, whether it's catching and passing, so you make sure that you cut those handling errors.
Matthew Pearce with you in commentary with former Springbok winger Lilwazi Mvovo, who scored 2 of his 6 test tries on this beautiful surface, in this wonderful stadium. Great to see international rugby back in the Eastern Cape. There'll be a test match between South Africa and Italy here later in the year.
Great to be back in Gqeberha.
Set.
Huge pressure this time from Argentina's scrum, and Charlie Sinton going backwards did well to clear off the base of that retreating scrum. Will Cole releasing the ball after the tackle, finding Caleb Woodley. Slow, sluggish ball for Sinton at the base of the ruck. Mosese Bason, who took over the captaincy for this match, playing in number 8. Manu Maua Letiu was the captain on day 1. He's not part of the 23 today. Better ruck speed from New Zealand, allowing them to create a bit more rhythm. Another carry for the captain, Bason. Lovely tip on from Sikapole, a loose head. Cooper Roberts, one of the backline players to survive from Thursday's starting lineup. And here's another, Maloni Kunawave. Clever little chip over the top. He might have another try. Brilliant finish. He got 2 tries against Australia, the Fijian-born flyer on the right wing for New Zealand. And Maloni Kunawave punishing a mistake after the little chip kick through and opening New Zealand's account.
Great play there by New Zealand, putting up a couple of phases and getting over the advantage line. Great intensity around the corner, as you can see, the forwards, but also the outside backs to see that there is space behind and not just giving up on the chase. That ends up being a great try for the whole team.
So Kunawave, couple of tries in the 29-all draw against Australia, now the first against Argentina. He made a pretty significant defensive blunder in that opening match, which he immediately repaid with 2 spectacular tries. Now Will Cole, replacement for Rico Simpson in the number 10 jersey, to convert from the right-hand touchline. Brilliant kick.
Brilliant conversion from the side there from Cole. Yeah, great intensity from the scrum off to identify that there is space out wide, and then the winger with so much awareness, knowing that there is space out wide, and then just chasing and not giving up. That ends up being a great try, a great team try.
Yeah, Martiniano Arieta on the left wing for Argentina, replacing Aquiles Vieira. And his initial instinct was the right one. He turned as the kick was made by Kunawave. Knocked on at the restart.
Going backwards, no advantage.
So it'll be an Argentina scrum. Yeah, he made the right decision to chase back and just unable to grab the kick on the bounce.
Okay.
And Kunawave quick to pounce on the loose ball. Knock came just before that. And no advantage for Argentina. They had the better of the previous scrum. George Myers of Australia is the referee. Christopher Allison of South Africa and Sean Muller of South Africa, the assistants. Quinton Emmelman, very experienced man in the TMO box. And more go forward for Argentina's powerful scrum. Eventually that arm comes out for advantage. Off the back by Fernandez Miranda, looping around. And into the corner they go. Arieta, well, he may have made a mistake on the New Zealand try, but he is into the corner. That New Zealand defence forced to retreat off the back of that scrum. And Argentina working with that momentum, always going forward, ball in motion quickly.
Great response from Argentina after conceding a try. Understanding that there is space out wide, it's rugby one-on-one, just draw and pass. Beautiful try.
Now the outside defender crabbing in there, just couldn't help himself. Classic 2-on-1. Looked like Sebastian Dubuc, who came up from fullback.
20 seconds.
Ended up grabbing the attention of 3 defenders with that outside man and creating the space for Arieta to cross in the corner. And from the left touchline, another successful conversion.
As you can see, great scrum for Argentina going forward, and then using that advantage so that they can explore the space out wide. Draw and pass, beautiful try at the end.
Yeah, Stanley Solomon just couldn't maintain his width, came in to try and make the tackle on Sebastian Dubuc. Arieta, the man converting his own try, 7-all. Wonderful start. Cole with the restart, gathered by Ramon Fernandez Miranda. Simple exit.
Gonna jump to the back.
Had plenty of time, would have probably wanted a little more on that clearance kick. Much less wind in Gqeberha this afternoon compared to round 1. New Zealand securing their own line-out ball away by Odin Ryan for Sika Pole. Advantage shown by the referee. Then Cole got it out the back from Xavier Tracy. Wonderful offload just before contact from Mosese Bason. He knew he had the penalty advantage. Bit of a free play.
Okay.
And
Offside.
George Myers bringing them back for the offside penalty. Be interesting to see, Ilwazi, if there are more attempts at goal as teams press for championship honours here. It's not going to be the case for Will Cole. Saw very few penalty attempts in the opening 2 matches on Thursday.
Very interesting to see. Scoreboard pressure is very important, but it's always it's still early, part of the game. As you can see how physical the game is in terms of the forwards working around the corner.
Eli Odenrine, busy hooker, made a real impact when he came on, finding Xavier
Down by
Tracy.
Black. Clear collapse. Yeah, down by Black.
No collapse of the maul. There's just some communication between referee and assistant. Riley Tofilau. Excellent carry from the tight head, and Odenrine coming round the corner, releases the ball quickly back to his feet to get a second bite. Sinton with plenty of forward options away to his left, but there's a strong counter-rack contest from Argentina. McLeod. And then Caleb Woodley. Sinton away to his right. Lovely loop around from Cole. And beautiful hands from Kunawave. That is a terrific score from New Zealand. The captain, Mosese Bason, the man to get over for the try. But the build-up showing so much patience.
Great intensity from all backs, from the set piece, from the line out, and understanding also releasing the ball when you're on the ground, and then exploring that space out wide. Just simple hands, draw and pass. It's a beautiful team try.
Tell you at 10.
Well, we spoke about some early nerves in this game. Both sides committing a few knock-ons. New Zealand clearly settling into their rhythm. Some wonderful handling.
Start, boys.
The initial loop around the back from Will Cole initiated it all, but then Maloni Kunawave with the scoring pass. We've seen his power and his stepping skill. Some deft touches with the hands as well.
10.
And another successful conversion. So 3 from 3 for the 2 kickers so far.
Yeah. Thank you for the feedback.
Great exploration of the space there out wide, just throwing in pass. A team effort and a team try. It'll be interesting to see how Argentina adjust in terms of defense, just to counter take that attack from New Zealand.
It's hard for both sides, having made so many changes. This championship, obviously important in and of itself, but also hugely valuable preparation as these teams prepare for the Junior World Championship. And 9 changes made in both starting lineups. 2 of those, 1 on each side, were positional changes, but understandable that both teams just taking a little bit of time to find their feet. Argentina showed in their game against South Africa, when they were able to secure front foot set piece ball. They had some very powerful, very skillful runners out wide.
They'll be very disappointed here, Argentina, of giving New Zealand an easy penalty and an easy way out of their own 22.
Just not holding his body weight as the attempt was made over the ball. 3 penalties already inside the first quarter. Odin Rain, another clean line-out win for the junior All Blacks, and quickly out into the midfield. Mosese Bason, the captain, has been a willing carrier throughout this first quarter. That's been lost forward. Argentina will want to spark a counter from here with a slightly unstructured New Zealand defence. A little knock on there.
Another handling error at this early stage of the game. Very physical. They're still testing themselves in terms of defense. But we'll see there.
Chris, I'm going to jump this side.
Now this back division for Argentina. Just 1 player, their captain Felipe Ledesma, remaining in the starting lineup from that team that was defeated by South Africa.
It's great to see everyone getting an opportunity.
We're seeing it in the later game as well. Changes made by both Chris Whittaker of Australia and Kevin Foote of South Africa. Spreading the opportunity throughout the squad, as you would expect.
Control your weight, keep the gap.
Yes, but it's very important that by day 3 everyone should have had a good game time.
A couple of nasty injuries as well on day 1, particularly among the Australian team. Also a fair amount of cramping we saw in the latter stages of both games. This field looks magnificent, and it is a great surface, but it is a sand-based field, so it's slightly heavier than it might look. Well, Argentina were warned by George Myers to keep the space. Early engagement from them brings the free kick. It's very soft again, conceding a free kick on their own scrum put in. Sinton. Beautiful pickup from Josh Tengblad, who had to go low, and away by Bason. Cole. Sinton being hassled at the base of that ruck. There's another good pickup of a pass down to the bootlaces. Little pass inside, well read by Argentina's defence. Odin Rain. Running a line close to the ruck. Tofilau. Seen a couple of good carries from the tight head already. Little pop on from Bason to Udenrijn, just almost opening up that Argentina defense, but creating some momentum. Lovely step from Cole.
Lost. Well done.
More patience in the build-up.
Thank you.
10 phases and counting. And a penalty advantage coming. Good interplay between the prop forwards, and then Josh Tengblad goes over for the try.
Great quick tap by Mosese Bason, the captain, knowing that they can explore the space out wide, but also great patience in terms of going through so many phases and working towards the ball, the offloads, not allowing Argentina to get back on the defensive line. It was a great team try.
Milton Haig, the head coach, will be very pleased with what you've identified in all three tries is that the effort of the entire team in the build-up, the patience shown after those early few handling errors. They really have got their act together here, and another 2 points added. That's 3 tries now.
Yeah.
New Zealand not allowing Argentina to set the defensive line. Everyone walking towards the ball so that they can offload to the support line, and it's a beautiful try again.
Sika Pole and Riley Tofilau, the 2 prop forwards, they'll be pointing that out in the video session. Their silky offloading skills to put Josh Tengblad in under the posts.
Time you run, guys.
Cooper Roberts collecting the restart, and Pole offload before contact, and Roberts has ball in hand again. Really growing in confidence here, happy to run out of their 22-meter area. Now the kick comes from Solomon. And has that been touched? If it hasn't, it doesn't matter. It'll be a 50-22. Brilliant kick from New Zealand's fullback Stanley Solomon.
Great exit from New Zealand. It's a risk and reward for them to be able to play in their own half, and understanding that there will be space, the wingers coming up because of defense. Now the space at the back, and that's what they do. 50-22. Now they attacking in the Argentina 22.
Time off.
Difficult to see the player down for Argentina. Issue with the right knee. Galvan, it is the tight head prop. After one scrum in which they were disrupted early on, Argentina's scrum showing up pretty well thereafter. Pace of the game a little hot for them at the moment.
Okay. Time back on.
Udenrijn towards the tail of the line out. Some excellent skill at the back of the line out to retain that ball. Sinton. Pole takes a good tackle from Pampastori, who's quick to bounce. Sinton. Udenrijn trying to stay up in the tackle, eventually working the ball to ground. Bason not overcommitting at ruck time here. Argentina quick to bounce. Roberts driven back in the tackle. They must reset and do through Caleb Woodley. Udenrijn, not quite.
Take a step, take a step.
He is a menace with ball in hand.
Short, let it come. No hands, White, no hands.
Josh Tengblad almost making it a quick double, but now New Zealand go wide. And Solomon, can he get it down? The referee could not be closer to the action and says held up. Goal line dropout.
Great defense from Argentina. understanding that they're in their own 22 and their own try line, but putting the body on the line for the team and for the teammates ends up being a held up try, not being a try.
A real battle at the moment for Argentina. Just not getting any territory to work with, battling to get their hands on the ball. They were gifted a couple of set-piece opportunities through some early New Zealand mistakes, but those mistakes have dried up.
Great set piece from, great scrum from the set piece. They ended up being a try for Argentina. You'd wanna still not be able to play on your own half, play in the New Zealand's half, and then again create those opportunities, whether it's scoreboard pressure or scoring tries.
David Luai gathering the goal line dropout. The ball hasn't really gone the way of Luai, who replaced Harlan Saunoa on the left wing. Another advantage. Too slow to roll at the ruck, so another free play for New Zealand. Tane Harvey unable to bash a hole in Argentina's defence. They go wide again for Roberts. Tofilau. More power from the tight head, and still Sika Pole. These prop forwards are getting seriously involved. Now Solomon and Harvey, Odin Rain, and the skipper Bason is over for a second.
Great try from New Zealand. You would say that their forwards would be excited about that ball handling from the props, running really hard, creating space, and then moving the ball out wide again to the captain, scoring a beautiful team try.
There you go again, Rwazi.
As you can see, team try. You can see those props, they're really running hard. But then again, understanding that the space is out wide, and then having the patience and moving the ball, drawing pass. It's rugby 101, drawing pass into the corner for the captain.
Second try for Mosese Bason.
That was amazing.
First opportunity from this left side of the field for fly half Will Cole from Hawke's Bay. Curling it back beautifully from just in line with the right upright. So it's a perfect kicking performance from him so far.
Again, beautiful rugby from New Zealand. It's exciting rugby, moving the ball to the space, winning those little battles, and then end up scoring a try in the corner for the captain. He's been leading very well today. He's leading from the front.
2 tries for him, one in either corner, which just shows you the role in which he's playing. We see a lot of international sides doing that with a loose forward out wide, there to make a clean if necessary, but also to make those strong carries.
Use it.
Charlie Sinton with the hoist down towards halfway, and Sebastian Dubuc looked to have it perfectly covered, but then lost the ball forward. Sinton regathers. Out the back for Stanley Solomon, and they go wide again through Cole. Then Roberts and Harvey. Kunawave clattering into the tackle. Argentina holding firm, but it is just relentless at the moment from New Zealand. Sinton going to the short side. Kunawave with a chase. Beautiful step from him as well. Magnificent.
Exciting rugby from the young All Blacks. Understanding that playing from their own half, from kickoff, playing from their own half, and understanding where the space is, having the courage to play from their own 22, understanding the risk and reward involved, and that's a beautiful try. Again, it's a beautiful team try.
Second match in a row, Maloni Kunawave has a brace. Clever little kick from Charlie Sinton. Bounce was favourable, but he still had work to do. 2 defenders to beat. He left them grasping at nothing.
You always have to trust those calls at some stage. The wing must have called for that, and to understand and see that there is space at the back again. Chase very hard so that you can score a try.
And Cole, for the first time, has missed one. Just pulled across the face of the uprights. Both centres involved in the build-up before that ruck.
It was great from the 9, understanding that their prop is offside, so it's advantage again, but being able to use that to the advantage of the team.
Fijian-born Maloni Kunawave, but making good impact in the New Zealand Sevens program as well. Already made an impressive mark on this championship, and that there really is an urgency. I was going to almost describe it as an anger in this New Zealand performance. We mentioned it earlier in the commentary, Lwazi, that they had that game against Australia firmly within their grasp. They needed to secure one line-out ball, kick it out, and the game was done. They were not able to do that, conceded the draw, and have come out with a real sense of intent to right the wrongs of last Thursday.
They would have been really disappointed with last week's game. But then again, they get an opportunity, and that's the beauty of this game. Get another opportunity. Yes, there's so many changes, but there is lots of space to explore.
Sinton, this time Tane Harvey is the first receiver, and Will Cole looped round beautifully. And they brought David Luai off his left wing. Strong carry from Finn McLeod now. Goes short side again for Luai. Paulette. And Tofilau there to just make the clean out at the ruck. Solomon just delaying his pass. Now Cole having a little go himself, met on the gain line, but reasonably quick ruck ball. Tengblad. Argentina fanning out on both sides defensively as Caleb Woodley carries for New Zealand. Not much coming here. We're going to see a hoist perhaps. It does come through Will Cole, but that's gone not nearly as far as he would have liked. Yeah, they had to retreat out of the 10-meter radius there. That very difficult for New Zealand in that circumstance because they were caught between the ball and the try line.
Great defense from Argentina, understanding that New Zealand is always trying to come back to the short side. But being able to put men on that short side and tackle as hard as they can, they've got the reward now, which is a set piece in New Zealand's 22.
Excellent penalty kick. Here is the hoist. Now, all those New Zealand players in front of the ball trapped, I mean to say, between the ball and the touchline, nowhere to go. And inevitably conceding the penalty, a brilliant kick as well. It is for Argentina. They need something now. They need something to spark their confidence. To the front of the lineup they go for Thomas Duclos. First opportunity to get their maul working. New Zealand conceded a late maul try in that 29-all draw. And Argentina getting good go forward here. Inching forward, ever closer towards the line, and try scored.
Argentina hasn't had a lot of visit to New Zealand's 22, but every time they came into the 22, they came out with points. Again, great set piece and great work from the forwards.
Nicolas Cambioso into the number 2 jersey for this game in place of Tadeo Ledesma, controlling the ball beautifully, and never a stop called by the referee either. They managed to retain that momentum, even if it was just a couple of inches at a time.
That's what they're known for, from the senior side to the juniors. If you get an opportunity to more on the opponent's 22 or even 5 meters, you have to come up with points. They've been under pressure this whole game, but that will give him some energy going, ending the first half and going to the second half.
Agustin Garcia Campos almost guilty of double banking there, the number 8. He was supporting the jumper, almost worked his way in front of Thomas Duclos.
The rule is you have to you can't protect the ball carrier in that occasion. Then that'll be a penalty. Number 8 almost did. You would think from the naked eye he did protect him, but it didn't. Great try and great energy from Argentina.
Martiniano Arieta adding the extra 2 as well. So an important score, just 3.5 minutes before half time. Cole deep with the restart. Argentina happy to run. And Arieta, his pass inside, grabbed by Cooper Roberts for New Zealand. Can understand the thought process, trying to keep it in the field of play. Still playing catch up.
That was guts from Argentina to play from their own half, and seeing the space that they can explore. Unfortunately, you do try to offload because New Zealand is stealing the ball or trying to get over the ball. But unfortunately, he ended up passing to a New Zealand player.
Cole attempting the swirling kick. He manages to find touch just outside Argentina's 22.
New Zealand would fancy their chances. Every time they were in Argentina 22, they came out with points. It's very important, the scoreboard pressure.
Odenrain towards the tail. And Kunawave off his wing. Sinton. Finn McLeod. Really strong through contact. New Zealand's blind side. And then the pick and go from Caleb Woodley. Try eventually awarded by George Myers. That's just a hammer blow for Argentina, having got something to spark a bit of confidence with the try by Cambiasso off the back of the maul, immediately conceding.
Great try from New Zealand, again staying on your feet, not allowing the opponent to put you down, and that's what you want. The great type of energy that the New Zealand forward have been doing it, and picking the ball and seeing where the space is. It is amazing. It's a beautiful try yet again from New Zealand.
Thomas Tande a little late with the tackle. If anything at that last ruck, New Zealand could have been accused of going off their feet to seal off as the pickup was made by Caleb Woodley, but not material. Didn't have a tangible effect. The carry from Finn McLeod is so powerful. That's 2, 3, 4 defenders kept busy there. That clean out from Tengblad.
You would argue that he cleaned past the ball, making the ball available for the scrum off.
Another conversion for Will Cole. So 5 from 6 for the fly half. 6 tries for New Zealand in this opening half. Tengblad securing the restart. And they are not done with their running. Cooper Roberts slicing his way through. Kunawave to his right, hunting a hat-trick. Pass wasn't quite on, so he did well to take the contact. Sikapole. Half-time hooter. That'll mean nothing to New Zealand as they go again through the latest try scorer, Caleb Woodley, and have yet another penalty advantage. Roberts slicing through, staying alive in contact. Tengblad with the carry. Harvey goes in and plays scrum half to find Finn McLeod.
Great play yet again from New Zealand from their own 22. The risk and reward, understanding that there is space out wide, but we can explore the space. Running really hard. Their outside backs can find each other, and they're running really hard. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to watch.
And they are not done. Going at a point a minute with them all to come. Can they return the maul compliment to Argentina? Conceded just that one maul try. Opportunity to say they can give as good as they get. A little bit of contact in the air there perhaps, but New Zealand through Odenrain making their way towards the line.
Try.
Yet another. The hooker is over. Almost an inevitability about that. Such a busy player. Such fabulous energy.
Great set piece from the young All Blacks, but then again, working hard around the corner. It's very important, and obviously staying on your feet. That ends up being a try for Eli Odenlay.
A little bit of contact in the air there from Argentina.
Great run from their hooker. Very special.
So 45 with this kick to come, 2 minutes after the hooter had sounded. Completely dominant first half performance as Will Cole adds the extra 2 points. That's 7 tries and 6 conversions in the first half. Argentina managing a couple of tries of their own, but New Zealand firmly in control of the game, firmly in bonus point try scoring position. It is round 2 of the 2025 Sanzar Under 20 Rugby Championship. New Zealand, coming off a 29-all draw in round 1 against Australia, have set the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium alight in the first half of their game against Argentina, running in 7 tries to 2, 6 of them converted by Will Cole, and completely in control of this second round fixture. Argentina making 103 tackles in the first half to just 15 required by New Zealand. How much of a toll will that take in the second half of this game? New Zealand looking in the mood. A couple of early handling errors, but when they found their rhythm and found their form, they were simply irresistible. Often choosing to run from the numerous restarts that were kicked back to them from deep inside their 22, just showing increasing confidence with ball in hand. I wonder if there may be a change in tactic. Well, Will Cole has booted that ball straight into the back of his lock forward, Xavier Tracy.
No.
A bit of change in tactics, Matt, but unfortunately you can't kick the ball into your own player.
It's effectively an accidental offside, isn't it? Hence the scrum.
Yeah, accidental offside. But now Argentina have got a great opportunity to attack New Zealand just outside the 22. They want to show what they can do and what their coaches told them at halftime.
Bring your height up and just bring your feet up. Crouch!
I also wonder, with such dominance and with an eye on Sunday's final game against South Africa, how quickly Milton Hague might go to his bench here for New Zealand. Solid enough scrum, little pop inside, but not going to hand.
Is he going to make it?
Interception was on. Cole has it now. Odenrain, and then Solomon. His kick charged down, but offside called.
If he had looked to the open side, there was plenty of numbers for New Zealand. Plenty of space for them to explore. Unfortunately, he saw the space behind them, but it extended offside.
Mika Fale is on for New Zealand in jersey number 20. He was also involved off the bench against Australia in round 1. Odenrain, little variation to the front, almost got it back from McLeod, not quite going to hand.
Felipe,
Useful little trick play.
Just hold.
Little
Felipe.
trick met, but obviously it didn't work. But it's a risk and reward you're willing to take. And coaches will always encourage the players to play what they see.
Yep. Walk into the mark, please. Yep. So, mark's up here. Okay. I'm dealing with it, guys. Yes, you keep them with you. Come up, and keep them with you.
Just a 4-man line out called by Argentina. Lob towards the tail. Gail Galvan
That's fine. Ball
conceded the
lifted.
penalty initially.
No,
He's,
off your feet, Black. Let it come.
strong on the carry initially, then New Zealand coming through with a strong counter ruck.
Not on the ball. Holding it
Corletto
front.
back for Fernandez Miranda.
All on.
And into touch on the bounce. Cole thinking of the quick throw. Just scanning the field, Wazi. Very powerful first half from Mosese Bason, the captain on the day from New Zealand, but he is the man who's been replaced.
He's been leading from the front, he's been leading by example. But then again, there's day 3. Maybe the coach is looking forward to when they play the young box.
Odenrain's throw to the front, no contest from Argentina. And Mika Fale out in the midfield. Kunawave over from his right wing. Pass not quite going to hand, but not backwards. Can build again through Sikapole. Tofilau, he was a willing ball carrier in the first half, and a rare mistake from the tight head.
A rare mistake indeed. They've been playing great, especially the tight heads. In terms of ball carry and being able to offload the ball. Great play from New Zealand to see the space out wide and also seeing the right wing working all the way to the open side and exploring the space. Unfortunately, just a bit of a knock-on.
Really good last scrum.
And that was his last contribution to the game, Riley Tofilau. He's replaced by Robson Faleafa at tight head. And a change at scrum half or half back as well. Charlie Sinton replaced by Jay Tamaiti.
Very interesting to see what Argentina is going to do here.
Fine. Set.
Midfield scrum, and Argentina trying to assert some dominance, but not really going straight. Both packs swinging around through the 90 degrees.
Guys,
Reset
neither going
called.
through the mark. Okay. Push square. Push square. Crouch! Bind! Set!
Straight down on this near side. And that is Robson Faleafa, who's just come onto the field. Those 2 scrums were his first 2 contributions in the game.
Bit of nerves for him, coming off the bench straight into the scrum. You would think that he would look forward to that as a front forward, as a prop, but unfortunately losing his feet there.
So maybe there was a call from the assistant. It looked as though it went down on New Zealand's loose head side. Cambiaso to the tail. Contest at the front from New Zealand, but that's left them a little bit exposed at the tail. This is an aspect of the game that when they've got the opportunity has served them well. Their maul, they got a second try in the first half from a 5-meter line out, but eventually that maul to ground, the ball not emerging. New Zealand get a scrum.
Argentina has been very successful whenever they entered the red zone. Unfortunately, in that one,
Tight head.
it's a penalty against them.
Feet up. Yes. Let's go.
Or a scrum, rather.
Diego Correa has replaced Juan Ignacio Rodriguez on the loose head side. Also, Franco Benitez on the side of the scrum. He's wearing jersey number 20. Thomas Dande packing down at number 8.
Crouch!
Garcia Campos, the man to make way for Benitez.
Set! Bring your feet up. Bring your feet up. Stay square. Let's go again.
We have a frustrated referee at scrum time at the moment. Not sure that any prop has ever been completely comfortable with a referee's ability to mark their homework.
If you ask any prop, they're always right.
Set!
Huge pressure applied by Argentina, but nicely cleared away from the base. But that's been lost forward and turned over for Argentina. They must score here and do. Brilliant. Juan Ignacio Carreras.
Great try from Argentina. Great transition and understanding where the space is, moving the ball to where the space is, and then beautiful try at the end there from the right wing. A bit of risk from New Zealand. Again, risk and reward, but then you have to understand that great transition from Argentina to move the ball to their right wing.
Martiniano Arieta, left wing for Argentina, scored the first try for them, has added 2 conversions. A lot of height on that kick, but no mistake. So inching their way back in. Now that ball just passing, going forward off Tane Harvey.
Transition from defense to attack and understanding where the space is. It's a beautiful try from Argentina.
Tane Harvey looked a little bit in 2 minds. Was he going to carry or was he going to offload? And ended up not really doing either.
Playing advantage, knock on.
Lost forward by Franco Benitez.
He's fell there, guys. No advantage, knock on.
Timing of the hit appeared to be just about perfect. Dislodging the ball.
It's been a trend when you've scored a try and now you're receiving a kick off. It's always great to start very well, but great pressure from New Zealand and a great chase from the winger to put Argentina under pressure.
Yeah, Kunawave with the chase, applying that pressure, and
stay square.
on the basis of that replay, just absolutely perfect timing of the tackle. Benitez getting into the air just a little bit to make the catch, and as he hit the ground, he was hammered. Rico Simpson
Crouch!
on the field for New Zealand in jersey 22.
Set!
Positioned directly behind the scrum with Will Cole, and they both break to the short side. Simpson out the back of the hand for Cole, and Kunawave. Mark called. Fernandez Miranda covering that space.
Good attack from New Zealand, understanding where the space is, but great cover also from Argentina. They're fullback in the 10.
Odin Rain to the tail and then looping around the back of the line out, finding Harvey.
No hands white!
Caleb Woodley. It's beautifully quick ruck ball for Mika Fale. And again, Simpson cutting back in. Pole. Sika Pole maybe about to be replaced. See Tamiana Alu warming up on the sideline. Little pop inside from Woodley. And then another from Odin Ryan, not quite going to hand for Jay Tamaite.
Great intensity from New Zealand on attack, understanding that the forwards are working really hard around the corner and exploring that space out wide. Unfortunately, you will get excited with those offloads, but they have to go to hand.
It was just an Argentinian player there making an attempt at the ball, just distracting Jay Tamaiti. Another change for Argentina, in fact two. Tadeo de Ledesma wearing 16, and Pascal Senelosa, who scored one of the tries against South Africa. That's him. He started in the fullback jersey against the junior Springboks.
You gotta commend New Zealand the way they're playing. I mean, leading with a big margin of score. But then again, they control the intensity of the game. They still want to score more points. They're working hard to get to Argentina's 22.
Right, number 2, join off the back. Time back
Nicholas
on.
Cambiaso really not looking very comfortable. He's the man who's made way for Tadeo Ledesma. For those of you wondering, the captain Felipe Ledesma, no relation of Tadeo. And Tadeo is son of Mario Ledesma, who played at hooker for Argentina with so much success, also coached the national side. Another wheeling scrum, and it's away for Senelosa, who with his first touch puts a huge kick downfield. And New Zealand happy to go with the quick throw. New Zealand have to retreat after that kick now. They have all been played onside, but not before some space has been created here. An opportunity for Ledesma. Back inside for Senelosa.
No advantage, knock on.
The scramble defence in the end, not too bad. They were caught a little off guard by having to wait to be played onside.
They were indeed. I mean, Argentina being able to move the ball to where the space is, also having the patience on defense that just make a tackle on your man. Yes, understand your numbers down and the defensive line is not there, but there was a great defense from New Zealand.
Yeah, Cooper Roberts, the man across to make the tackle, had to be made. So the inside ball was on.
Fine. I understand your point. Okay. Both sides, control our weight. Let's go. Crowd! Fine! Set!
Much better from New Zealand scrum, giving them a good platform. The ball out the back, not going to hand. There's a knock there. Just some errors creeping in. Maybe just a little over elaborate. Playing with confidence and understandably, but
yes, you can see the way they're trying to move the ball to where the space is. But unfortunately, the risk is if you do it in your own half, then you end up defending just outside your 22. Great opportunity for Argentina again to put that scoreboard pressure and try and score points.
7 tries to 3 at the moment. So Argentina would need another 2 while denying New Zealand if they were to chalk off that bonus point. Junior All Blacks still pretty comfortable at the moment. Advancing Argentina scrum. Fernandez Miranda opting to take the contact.
Ball was out, that's fine, play on.
Well, ball was out at the back of the ruck, so Mika Fale.
Ooh, you can't play there, turn the ground there. He was on the ground. Great defense from New Zealand.
Yeah, it's okay.
Just outside their own 22.
Let's go back, guys. Two. Let's keep playing footy, yeah? Thank you. Yeah. Turn your feet.
Matt, I don't know if you've seen it, but New Zealand, everyone is on the front line. There's no one at the back. Wonder if Argentina can't see that.
More changes. Ignacio Orsetti on a tight head. And Valentino Reggiardo also on, wearing 21 for Argentina. Kunawave's pass way behind his man. It's put enormous pressure on David Luai and also Will Cole, who was tracking back. Done well to rescue here.
Stop!
Simpson.
All on.
The big kick downfield, Senelosa. Opting for the chip and chase, and Simpson had covered a lot of ground to get in under that kick. Just got himself in the air as well, made himself untouchable, and space in behind here. All read by Arietta.
All right, stop, come to me. All on. Outside, come to me. Hold.
Cole's kick.
All on.
Fernandez Miranda for Senelosa. Getting away from Cole, and then the chip and chase. Was there an obstruction there? No.
High tackle.
And then a high tackle.
A bit of tennis going on there, Matt.
22, high tackle.
But New Zealand were patient in understanding that Argentina at some stage will, because of the scoreboard, they'll want to attack from their own half.
Excellent penalty kick from Cole. Here's the chip. No, nothing there. It was his own man, Franco Benitez, who got in his way, and then perhaps the frustration from Pascal Senelosa, forcing him to go high. Sean Kempton on ad hooker for New Zealand. Eli Odenrain's day is done. Contest from Argentina, one against the throw, secured by Thomas Dundee.
Hold. Easy, boys, easy. It is tipped over.
Oh, he's frustrated with his clearance kick, Ramon Fernandez Miranda.
Great contest for Argentina there in the air, the risk and reward, understanding that yes, if you go up, you have to get that ball, and that's what they did.
Quicker ball this time from Kempton, uncontested at the front. Oh, they've got superior numbers over to their left there. New Zealand, almost the interception made. Pascal Senelosa would have been in for an interesting foot race if he'd managed to make the grab.
It would have been interesting, but I'll back him. He would have made it to the other side. Ooh. Unlucky for him there. A bit of handling errors at this moment.
Don't underestimate Finn McLeod's role there in just making the contact, just making Senelosa check his run. Duclos with the line-out win, and then Benitez.
Stop 7.
Senelosa. All the way down to halfway. Cole. Maisiri is on in jersey 23. Looping around beautifully was Roberts. Excellent work rate from New Zealand's outside centre, Cooper Roberts. He covered a lot of ground in this game. Another penalty advantage being shown to New Zealand.
Great
hands,
great
offload in contact, but then lost forward by Harvey. But George Myers was on penalty advantage.
Okay. Number 7 and number 4 offside.
Bit lazy there, Argentina not getting back to the onside line. Argentina understanding that they got an advantage and try to move that ball to where the space is. Unfortunately, again, another handling error, but you can't fault them for trying and seeing where the space is.
Also, Lwazi, as brilliant as New Zealand have been, they'll be frustrated now because they've had a number of opportunities in their second half, yet to score a point in the second half, and it's handling errors when they've just tried to do a little bit too much with ball in hand. Well, heading for the try line now, just a metre short, they're brought down. Fale with the pick and go. And then the try is awarded by George Myers. He had his arm out showing advantage, and it looks like Tamiano Alu, who's up with the ball.
Great try from New Zealand. Started from that set piece, the line out, and obviously they keep trying. And then again, cleaning past the ball, and then understanding that just pick and go. There is space there. With the arm out, again, you can still keep on, and then just reaching out there and scoring the try.
They heard us.
They did.
Talking
indeed.
about no points in the second half. We'll teach them. So they have try number 8. Tamiano Alu, who was on the bench for the game against Australia as well. Another pure conversion kick from Will Cole.
Great work there by the forwards, the pick and go, understanding where the space is, and that Argentina could be offside, and that's what happened.
Argentina certainly managing to get their hands on the ball more often in the second half, but it's still dominant from New Zealand. Mika Fale up to his 22, away by Tamaiti. Back it comes for Cole. He and Simpson operating well together. Senelosa. Juan Ignacio Carreras caught just over halfway. Outnumbered at the breakdown. Turnover won by New Zealand. They're piling through here. It's all about control of the ball off the boot. And was there a hand in there? Not yet is the call. They might have to have a look at that, but for now it's dotted down by David Luai.
Great kick there from the line again, putting pressure on the outside rock and then IDing where the space is. And then to get your forwards chasing for the ball, and then ended up being a great try.
Well, Sean Kempton, his eyes lit up here, the replacement hooker there. And yep, no, there's no hand there at all. Backwards off an Argentine hand, and David Luai gratefully accepting the bouncing ball to go over for try number 9. Absolutely broken the back of Argentina's resistance now. Put up a good contest in the first period in the second half, Argentina, but now these 2 quick tries in succession.
As you can see that they saw that there was, it'll be interesting to see if the hooker wasn't in front of the kicker though. But then again, great chase. And then as a great try from the winger. David Luai.
Aha.
Okay, 7 white needs to come off. Number 7.
For a moment
Hit the
there, I
back.
thought maybe the TMO had the same
Okay,
thought as
going back
you,
on.
was he, about player being in front of the ball, but actually they needed to get one additional player off the field. Jeremy Anand is on the field for Argentina.
That's
And
fine, no
Pampa
tackle.
Story has left and looking for a quick response here. Pedro Cole. Then the penalty going against them.
Holding on.
An opportunity for Argentina to put some points on the board, but then again, if you don't look after the ball, and that's what happened there, the cleaner was late, and New Zealand on defense, they were able to get their hands onto that ball, a great turnover.
Now Pedro Cole had done so much hard work, then isolated in contact, conceding the penalty. New Zealand back in control. Simpson, Mika Fale, often used in this role in the midfield. Just keeping that defensive line retreating.
Playing advantage.
Another penalty advantage. The penalties really are racking up. This will be penalty number 16
You're holding him in.
against
He's got roll.
Argentina. You simply
Mark back here. Roll away.
Do you
You
support?
simply can't play the game. 9 handling errors, 15 penalties conceded, and 4 open play turnovers. That's just gifting a huge part of the game to the opposition.
It's very disappointing for Argentina. You can't play the game or win the game if you're conceding 15 or 16 penalties. You gotta roll away in that one.
Yeah, I got trapped in there, Pedro Cole. And there you go, 2 penalty kicks. They've travelled from close to their own line to within 8 metres of Argentina's line. And threatening once again.
The sack's good. Let it come, no hands.
Fair sack and an important sack made by Argentina. They were
No
really
hands,
outnumbered
White,
at the
let
back of that
release.
line out. Kempton makes a few extras. Tamati,
Backwards.
and then Kempton had to secure a scrappy ball. Irving. Go left again for Rico Simpson. almost overran at that time. Tamiano Alu wanted to hit the ball at pace.
Great patience from Argentina. They were under pressure, Matt, but they knew that they have to stay onside and give themselves a chance to steal the ball.
Huge penalty kick from Pascal Senelosa.
Great defense from Argentina.
And those two New Zealand players cleaning beyond the ball actually cost them.
Yep, they did.
Because it exposed the ball carrier. Made him fair game. Towards the tail for Jeremy Anand. Ledesma in the midfield. Well held up by Carreras, just long enough. Senelosa opting for contact with Ariata away to his left, but very tight to the touchline. Garcia Yandolino, but ball lost.
Backwards off White, play on!
Backwards off an Argentina player, secured on the ground by Tane Harvey. And then the chip and go from Tamaiti.
Backwards off White! Backwards!
Things really have loosened up here.
Going back and forth.
Ball was out at the back of the ruck, and Sean Kempton quick to react and dive on the loose ball. They can create a 3-on-2 here. They go wide for Liuai. And a race for the corner for David Liuai. He has a second.
Matt, great transition. If you could have seen how they reloaded the fullback and Lawai, just to understand where the space is. And great passes and great attack from New Zealand. That's what you're looking for at the end of the day. Idea where the space is and move the ball toward the spaces. Great try from David Lawai.
Super pass from Simpson as well. Despairing attempt. Juan Ignacio Carreras went for the ball in the tackle as well, trying to dislodge it.
Matt,
That's 20 now.
6 minutes left. I mean, what do you say as the Argentinian captain?
I'm not 100% sure. What do you do? You've got to try and give yourself something, don't you? In the last 6.5 minutes, give yourself something to believe in heading into your last game against Australia on Sunday. This result is gone. And was gone some time ago, but you got to show to each other and your coaching staff that you're not a quitter.
Got to take that from New Zealand. I think that the space is out wide. That's a great finish from any winger.
Let's go. No, we're playing. He's gone down there. Let's go.
Couple of knocks in there. First one came from New Zealand, just on the 10 metre.
Again, that moment after you score a try, receiving a kickoff. It must be very hard, or there's lots of mistakes when you're receiving a kickoff.
Crouch! Bind! Sit!
Big effort from Argentina's scrum, but good defensive read in midfield from New Zealand, and the interception made. Taniela Masiri, and Masiri is in. They just can't stop scoring. That's 11 tries in total now. Taniela Masiri.
Offside. Okay. Timo can sweep that.
Some questions asked by the Argentine players of the referee about a potential offside. The TMO is Quinton Immelman. He is able to check that. as Rico Simpson lines up the conversion attempt. A beautiful conversion of David Luai's second try over from the left touchline, so he has a second.
TMO said they were onside. The TMO said New Zealand were onside.
Yeah, no problem with offside there. It's a wonderful hit in midfield, and it's a desperate pass, trying to keep the ball alive. But New Zealand pouring through, just relentless pressure in that midfield. Mikafale, hungry for more. Trying to create a mismatch here on the near side. Tane Harvey has a busy afternoon in that inside centre position. Yet another carry for Mikafale. He replaced his captain at half-time and has brought fabulous energy just where the captain left off. 2 tries for Mosese Bason in the first half, and Mikafale has kept that same intensity that his captain displayed in the first 40.
Guys, are you okay if we move this scrum over here? Just because it's all sandy here. Yep. Guys, we'll move the scrum here. Okay. Stay square.
2.5 minutes to play. New Zealand have made the strongest possible statement in the second round of the Sansa Under-20 Rugby Championship.
Advantage.
Now it's Argentina with a penalty advantage from the scrum, but again hit hard in midfield. They'll come back for the penalty. They just have not been able to convert. When they've had the opportunity. That penalty is against Robson Faliafa.
Not pushing straight. This side. Yep.
11 tries in total. 8 of them converted by Will Cole, 2 by Rico Simpson. Just the one
I understand your point.
missed conversion attempt.
Need you to stay square in the fight. Crouch!
Perhaps a final set piece here. Something for Argentina to build a bit of confidence. A loss to South Africa in round 1. What is going to be a massive loss to New Zealand in round 2. They face Australia here on Sunday.
Backwards.
And looking to close out with one final score, but being dragged towards touch, and they are in touch through Martiniano Arieta. So that is it. Frustration for Argentina, elation for Milton Haig and his New Zealand Under-20 side.